starting to get fired up now. And speaking of talented local farmers, we have Cameron Green. Cameron and her husband, Eric, own Willowbrook Farm. If you've ever had their amazing sauerkraut, which I'm totally addicted to, or many of their beautiful products that she was just selling at the farmer's market, you can see what a special place she has there, where she grows some pretty amazing food with a lot of love and a lot of care. In addition to being an amazing farmer, she's an incredible advocate, an organizer for the earth, and we're happy to have Cami here. Sorry, Cami.
Thank you. Thank you all. That was awesome, Missy. Very inspiring. So I'm Cameron, and my husband and I, Eric, own Willowbrook Farm down in Carlton. And we moved here in 1998 and have been growing food in the Methow Valley pretty much off and on since then. And in the last 5 years, we've noticed a pretty significant change in the weather patterns here and how that has affected our crop production. We feel these shifts in our plant health are due mostly to the catastrophic wildfires that we have experienced here. And more importantly, the oppressive smoke that now seems to be the norm for our summers in the Methow. As a small family farmer, I support 1631 because we must start taking into account how the actions of one industry, the fossil fuel industry, are affecting the ability of so many of us to have productive livelihoods. As a citizen activist, I support 1631 because we are already late in addressing climate change and implementing positive solutions. And this is a step in taking much needed action. As you've already heard today, the intent of 1631 is to place a carbon fee on the top polluting industries within Washington state, mostly oil refineries and carbon producing utilities. The fossil fuel industry produces the most carbon emissions in our state and in the world, yet they continue to make record profits without caring about the impacts that their businesses are having on the rest of us or on the planet in general. One of the reasons that I support 1631 is that the carbon fees from these big polluters will be redistributed to business and industries that are working to transition to clean energy resources. We cannot deny, as Missy said, that we are all culpable here. We all drive cars, we get on airplanes, we buy things that are made with plastic. We all are responsible. And yet, the fossil fuel industry in particular continues to deny that climate change is happening or that they have any responsibility to do anything about it besides profit from it at our and the planet's expense. Personally, I think this is a very old school mentality that is hugely detrimental to our communities, to the environment, and to our future. And I-1631 creates an incentive for businesses to move towards alternative energy sources right now, giving those of us who live in Washington an opportunity to make positive shifts before it is too late. As an organic farmer, my job is to tend my plants and to tend my land, to take care of each component for the highest yields, long-term productivity, soil health. One of my jobs is to observe what's going on with the plants, how are they doing, what do they need. The last 5 years of August being a smoky apocalyptic reality has been challenging, to say the least. I've watched as our healthy, vibrant plants start to look a little pale, dry out a little bit despite having water, just look a little worn out, which is maybe a reflection of my own feelings. But it's also our production slows way down. And August is typically like, it's just boom month. It should be full on. My tomato yields have dropped almost to half with the smoke-covered skies in August for the last 4 years. This year I watched the cottonwoods along the Methow River, the eastern boundary of our farm, turn yellow. The leaves started to curl up. And I think they just looked sick, like the rest of us were feeling. This is real. This is happening. And it's not just plant health, as Raleigh said, it's our own health as well. My family doesn't have the option to leave here. And a lot of people in the Methow don't have the option to leave here. And where are you going to go, honestly? If Seattle and the west side also have terrible air quality, we can't keep running away from climate change, hoping it will be better somewhere else. Many of you have heard, it's been spoken to today, that the UN climate report came out earlier this week stating that we basically have 12 years. 12